Warning. To best enjoy this episode, we recommend that you watch it on our YouTube channel at Swipe Right to That. Otherwise, it really won't make sense on Spotify and other streaming platforms, just audio. So you've been warned. If you don't care, then I don't care. Bye.
Welcome to another episode of I'd Swipe Right to That. I'm your host, Ian Castro.
I am Grant Smith.
I'm Darren.
That is beautiful.
Thanks.
Wow. Hello, everybody. How are you doing, Ian?
Oh, good. Grant, what are you swiping right on this week?
Am I that nasally?
No,
Oh, okay. Thank you. Am I gonna swipe right on something as Grant or as myself?
that's an interesting. We're gonna switch it up. Yeah, what would you swipe right on if you were me this week?
Ooh, okay, I like that. If I were Grant, I would probably I mean, this is going blindly, but probably Orlando City. Uh
Yeah,
vamos Orlando. Is there a game this week or is the season still going?
I think season's pretty much over. Like we
Okay.
finished that. Said UCF football, you might be a little bit close.
Uh so
So
who's
we got this.
UCF playing this week?
I can't remember who we're playing. Let me look that up. We played against ECU last week, and man, did we get our PPs kicked in because that game was just bad. We should have not have lost against like the East Carolina Pirates, man. That was whack. I watched it at like a watch party, and it was bad game, especially because the week before we won it against Temple from I think it was like 70-20. And
Mhm.
then this week we lost like 13-34. We shouldn't have lost that game. Um, but enough football. Wait, let me see where we're going. We're
Speaking
going
of,
against Cincinnati
ooh, okay.
this week.
Did you said something about East school? Like speaking of, this is just completely random. I was at the dog park and I was talking with this other dog owner there, and she is from the University of Eastern Florida, UEF. I'm like, I had no idea these existed. It makes sense that they do, but when you think of Florida universities, like state universities, think of UCF, USF, like that's those are the two like
Hmm.
that are in that order of like letters and all that. I just recently found out that there's a UNF, which makes sense, but the fact that
You
there's a
didn't know about
UU,
UNF?
there is a UNF. Yeah, there's a
Yeah, you
couple.
didn't know about that?
I didn't know about it until like a couple years ago when I passed the school itself, and I'm like, what? Because they don't have like a prominent like they don't have a football team, right? Or they don't have a lot of sports. Yeah, exactly. So that's why they're not on the map. University of East Florida. I'm scared to look up if there's a West, and of course there is. UWF.
Is it like one of those things where it's not really in the West, it's like in the East, like how they screwed up USF
Uh,
or
I don't know. It's in Pensacola, if that helps you. But I just every single direction. There's a University of East West Florida. No, but I thought that was interesting. But Ian, what are you swiping right or left on this week?
I'm swiping left on Ford cars because
Ah,
Ford cars, they if I got the story right, I was driving in my Ford car in the garage as Ian Castro, and I was going up the hill when suddenly my brakes don't work no more. So I have to go all downhill now because I'm Ian Castro, and I almost ran out of garage to be in. I could have died.
yeah,
Ian, Grant, you probably know the story better. Tell him what happened.
yeah. I was thankfully no. It's like the brakes saved me. Basically there was for the model of car that I have a Ford Escape, 2016. There was a recall on like something to do with the shifter, for 2013 and 14 models. that apparently applied to 15 and 16, but they're like, oh, it'll probably be fine. I got my car like pre-owned, by the way, so I didn't really know about this. And basically, I'm going up the parking garage, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna reverse into like the spot or whatnot, and then it says I'm in drive, even though I'm in reverse. It's not registering anything, so I turn off my car to try to just like restart, and then all of a sudden, my car won't turn on. My brakes are thankfully working, and basically, I have to free fall like while while holding my brakes and having my girlfriend and another guy help guide me into a spot as I'm like rolling down the parking ramp. It
Jesus.
it was insane. I'm sorry. It was insane for Ian because I'm speaking as Grant. Whoops.
Yeah, because as Ian Castro, I'm swiping left on Ford cars. You know what Ford stands for? Found on road dead.
Yeah, honestly, man. Thankfully, I wasn't on the road when that happened, or you weren't on the road when that happened. You were in the parking garage, but still, you were at a fucking like a slant, and you were rolling at one point. So yeah, swiping left on that for this week. Jeez.
You know, it's funny how we're switching places on this one. You know, with Halloween coming up, oftentimes we switch like into different characters, into different costumes. Which kind of leads us to our topic of the day. Ian, you mind telling us what it is?
Yeah, of course. We are going to be talking about Halloween costumes. We land on it being like bad Halloween costumes or just what we find could be an argument for? Like, are we gonna like look at some pretty interesting ones today?
I think we're going to look at some pretty interesting ones, and
Yeah.
we'll kind of see. It might be we might see a couple ones that we're gonna like of a category. We might say yes or no to, in a sense, as we're going through this list.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. I'm excited. Before we get into that, favorite costume that you ever did?
Favorite costume, you know, I really liked being the frat bro, um, being Carlo because he used to be called Carlos, but he dropped the S because he's not with that shit, man. Brother of Delta Iota Kappa. His parents took his jewel away. So he's kind of going through the ringer right now, but loved that character. That was a fun Halloween party that we did a long while ago, back when we were still doing improv and all that. That was a fun
Yeah.
party. But one of my favorites. What about you?
I'm probably gonna go the same year, to be honest with you. When I did John Wick, I had the hair down to almost my shoulders. I drew on my beard and like my whole goatee area, and I had the suit on. I carried a pencil. It was really fun. Like I really enjoyed uh doing that because everyone knew who I was too. And that party was fun too. The one that we went to.
I remember putting a chip in your mouth, and I said it's John Chip.
Nice, yeah. That was pretty good. But Darren, what about you? What's your favorite costume that you ever did?
I was the Spider-Man with the black suit one year, and it had the muscles and everything, and that was actually pretty fucking cool, being so swole, you know?
Yeah. Wait, so are we referring to uh like Spider-Man 3? Like with
Yeah,
the oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it was
That's
pretty
cool.
nice. The mask sucked, couldn't see anything, but I just took it off the whole time.
That's true. Well, how old were you?
I think I was like, I don't know when the movie came out. It was whatever year the movie
Oh,
came out.
whenever the movie came out. Okay. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
this was like a recent thing, like a couple years ago or not.
No, no, I was young, young. Yeah, I was a kid. But yeah, that tops the list.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. But we just talked about our favorites. Now let's get into possibly some that maybe no one should wear or attempt. We'll start with Grant. Where do you want to start?
Looking at this list, you know, I think it might be fun to kind of bounce off what Darren was just saying with Spider-Man. I'd like to
Okay.
see some bad Spider-Man costumes. Darren, could you pull that up on Google Images, please?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I've prepared a few of these now. So this is where we'll start.
Wow.
You know,
That is.
he has the pose going.
Yeah.
I
This
think the fanny pack really carries it.
honestly, this kind of looks like when in the first movie with Tobey Maguire, where he was kind of like still trying to figure out his costume. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
I know. Well, that one's not too bad.
That one's not bad at all. That's
I'll
good.
swipe right too.
Yeah.
That's a solid one. The
Oh
stance
my
on this
god.
one, he's like, hey, Tony, what's going on here? I'm Spider-Man.
See,
Yeah,
imagine me as that, but it was in all black. You know, I was that ripped.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And oh no. Oh man. Yeah, that one's like morphed Spider-Man. That's interesting. Wow.
The out of these four, which ones are we swiping? Are we swiping right on, Ian?
I guess I before we do that, I guess I should preface this episode should only probably be watched on YouTube.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're listening right now in your car or something like that, you're like, oh, I should probably stop because you don't know what we're talking about. But we'll try to make it a little more incorporative as well with the I guess the Spotify listeners as well. We'll describe what we're seeing. So we got image one with Spider-Man with like
No neck.
a no neck, basically. Yeah. We got number two with it's a 5-year-old with muscles. I think this is Darren. Um, three amazing, like amazing Spider-Man, like legit. And then four is I poke the eye holes out myself, Spider-Man,
With the fanny pack.
with the yeah, with the fanny pack.
I
So
mean,
I'm going to yeah,
you
you
go
go first.
first. Um, I mean, number three is an easy swipe right. I also got a swipe right on the Italian. Just the kid doing his pose like that. Like, it's like, hey, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that. So he gets a swipe right as well, too. That's funny. Ian, what about you?
I think I agree. Like the ones that you said with the kid with the abs, as well as the Amazing Spider-Man, will swipe right on. The other two, it'll be a swipe left as well.
I think we should be clear. It is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and not the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's a
It's an
confusion
amazing
there.
costume.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's spectacular costume.
There you go.
Sorry, I just dropped my pen. You see this little thing moving?
It's kind of like what's it called? Um, what are those things called when you're like trying to measure stuff? You know what I'm talking about? And it has the bubble
I
in the
know
middle.
exactly. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I don't know tools
I can't
like the balancer.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, like put it in the middle right there. Man, this is definitely an episode you guys watch.
But
But yeah, I kind of want to segue into the next one. This is a kind of a topical one because everyone's watching the show. Uh, Jeffrey Dahmer. Like there are there's a whole movement going on right now to where like don't go outside on Halloween in a Jeffrey Dahmer costume. Like people are saying it's like it's offensive. I forgot what celebrity said that, but basically that show Dahmer is like really popular this year, so I bet a lot of people are going to try to capitalize that on of course, but probably not the best idea.
I feel like a lot of people are going to capitalize on it. One, because like the popularity, but two, because I feel like it's a somewhat easy costume to pull off of. Like it's pretty regular clothes, and then you just got just got the glasses.
Yeah, exactly. Like the 80s button up t-shirt. Oh, there we go. Simone Biles. Yeah, she basically called out like don't do that. You know who can? Fucking Evan Peters.
Because
But
I mean, he looks like he plays the role really well. Like, goddamn.
yeah, I'm not going to watch the show. I'm not into like the murder kind of shows. I'm more of a currently I'm watching SpongeBob, so I don't think that show is for me. But actually, this I'm sorry to segue again. Can we pull up some SpongeBob costumes?
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of Jeffrey Dahmer costumes there. But this, oh yeah,
There may be more images after this Halloween.
true.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
my
those.
god.
Well, he's eating Gary.
No
No,
way. Oh, Patrick onesie.
Squidward.
Where's the Squidward? Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. Squidward looks like a nice lad. Nice. And then I see here that we have the sexy uh costume as well for SpongeBob where yep, right there, yeah. Oh my gosh. Imagine having that sexy Patrick. Oh man, imagine having that hat though. I wonder how you like wear that. Oh, I guess it's a headband for her.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, how's that gonna stay? Yo, caveman Patrick.
Oh man. No, I really like Doodle. That's a good one.
Yoy, mignon, mignon.
Yeah.
I
Rahana and
feel.
I were watching the the mystery episode the other day,
Mm.
and well, the reason we put it on is because she randomly said "we sna," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, let's watch that episode for sure." And he only says it twice in the episode. He says it once in the middle, and then when the credits are about to roll, he says it like as he's running away after mystery. Um, so like such a small line is so popular.
That's the beauty with SpongeBob is just some of the lines there you'll just like say for the rest of your life. Like, did you just blow in from Stupid Town? Like that line.
Yeah, yeah, and I haven't looked anything up, but I've been binging for the past like couple days, 3 days. I've been binging for the past 3 days. The reason I say 3 days, even though it's probably not, is because SpongeBob has a fascination with 3 days. Like, did you know that? Like
You know,
every single time they mention like time passing, they do 3 days. Not even like the credit thing. I'm talking about like
with the
SpongeBob accidentally
French.
put his feet in potato salad, and this guy's like, "That potato salad took 3 days."
I,
And then in the Magic Conch episode, um, they basically are in the like they're stuck in the treehouse thing, and they said we've been stuck here for 3 days. When they were out on sea, with Mr. Krabs with his lucky dollar or with his 1 millionth dollar, they said that they were on the boat for 3 days. Like
what?
there, I
Yo,
know. Yeah, I've been paying attention. Maybe maybe we got to look into that. But there's something going on with SpongeBob in 3 days.
I'm looking that up, so I'm gonna check that out later. That's great. I never, huh?
Maybe I'm just hyper aware of it, but it's there's at least like 5 or 6 instances within season 2 and 3 because that's what I'm on right now, to where they mention the 3 days.
I'm surprised there's not like more Reddit stories talking about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe we can be the first.
That's why.
I'm sorry for going on a tangent. We're talking
No,
about
you're
costumes, and there's Patrick looks like a crayon.
SpongeBob got that memory foam going for them.
Oh my gosh, that is memory foam. Wow.
This one might have to swipe left too. I don't. I mean, I appreciate the ingenuity to use memory foam, but
Oh my gosh, I'm a head out. Wow, that
I
doesn't
feel
even look
like
what.
I was gonna say like my kind of consensus on some of these costumes are like I feel like a lot of the main character SpongeBob costumes, they come out really cursed, but a lot of the side characters, they come out a lot better, like Doodle Bob, Caveman, SpongeBob. Main
Oh my
characters like
god.
Squidward, it's a little hard to pull.
That Squidward is crazy. I really like the Sandy.
Who is Sandy?
These Oh man. I really like the Sandy for sure. That's fun. oh man, that's really bad. Okay. Okay. We'll make some decisions. Any like these arts and crafts are amazing. I'm gonna swipe right on the ingenuity and the I'll make this myself. I'm gonna swipe left on
The execution.
yeah, I don't want to like do you have some thoughts on this? I don't want to swipe left on
I
it.
mean that one right there is not too bad. Like the kid's parents obviously made it for him. Like that one's not too bad, you know.
I
But
like that.
some of the other ones you could tell like okay, they made this like in 2 days. Okay, don't click on that, Darren. No, bad Darren.
Oh no.
Um, like the first one though, there on that list, like that one you know they kind of half-assed it. The one with the memory foam, that one they kind of half-assed that one. Like that guy just had some like boxer swim pants
On
that
the
fit like
contrary, I think that took a lot of work to like spray paint the fucking. That's pretty good.
that is fair. Okay.
Are you talking about the Patrick one, Grant, or are you talking about the SpongeBob one?
For the Patrick one, I don't think it took a ton of effort, but I see Darren's point though with SpongeBob, like having to get that coloring right and all that. A for effort. A for effort.
All right, so switching gears to more generic ones, generic costumes. Grant, how do you feel about pirates?
Pirates are pretty fun. I think like dressing up, like having the eye patch, like is pretty cool. Getting like the yeah, that's like an easy one that you can like buy at like Spirit Halloween. Those are cute ones. You could always like have the family dress up for them, you know. Uh, Captain Jack Sparrow. That one's a little bit harder to pull off. That one, he's
That's
like going to Comic Con.
that's Captain Jacked Sparrow.
It's a knee slapper.
but with anything, let's get it right out of the way. With Spirit Halloween costumes, they're expensive and they are going to itch and break and rip. Like, there's no point.
It's because you're only gonna buy it one time. So if it breaks that one time, then you're gonna want to buy it again for next year. You're gonna need to buy something again from next year. So it's that's not a bad Captain Jack Sparrow. It even has a little like little shrunken head on it. She's pimped out.
With the generic ones, it's kind of hard to pick and choose because they're so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like this is a good, like a lot of generic costumes like this, they're good starter costumes. They're probably not going to win you any costume contests, but you are invited to the party and you will not be judged for not wearing a costume.
That's true. Oh. Darren, can you look up steampunk pirate? Let's see if we get anything like next level with that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I was expecting more like Metal Gears or something, like kind of like cosplay. No.
I think as a whole, I'm gonna swipe right on pirate costumes. Like
Very
they,
straightforward.
yeah, for sure. Probably hot, like temperature wise, with certain ones of these, like especially with the maybe not the female costumes, but with the male costumes, you got at least 2 or 3 layers. I'm really glad you put that image up as I said that.
Um,
But yeah, pretty good. What about your thoughts on clowns? Before we get into the costumes, were you afraid of clowns at all, Grant, growing up?
I don't think so. Like there was I don't know, I feel like I watched like a lot of Danny Phantom growing up, and Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, I don't know, a lot of Nick shows I feel like incorporated clowns, but like a lot of them didn't really incorporate them in a creepy way. So I never really grew up being scared of it. I was aware of that people were scared of clowns, but I never felt that way towards them. What about you?
Um, not yeah, not really. But when the new It came out, you kind of got that new generation of ooh, like clowns shouldn't be fucked with. So maybe we'll probably see some scary clowns or just clowns when Darren pulls them up.
I feel like pirates are better than clowns in terms of costumes. No, never mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Oh,
no.
yeah, it's like with pirates, you're gonna go for like the generic, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the party with this. With certain ones of these like these clown costumes, you're going to win.
You're
Like
going for that like universal Halloween Horror Nights, like you almost want to be one of the scare actors if you're dressing up like these clowns.
honestly, yeah, these are pretty good. Um, oh my, there's so many different ways to be a clown. Like like you can do the mask, you can do the face paint, you can just really have a wig, to be honest. Um, but I think the execution really lies within that headspace. Like if you get the head right, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, like with anything else. Like you can wear what you're wearing right now, Grant, but if you have a really good like clown face, which you do on a normal basis, uh see, like imagine you wearing that and then hey, there we go. Oh man.
Uh, I think you had a good point, but now I lost it. What was it? Yeah, with what you said about like clown costumes, like as long as you get the face right, the rest doesn't matter. It's kind of like the same thing with purge costumes. I feel like because all people need to do with the purge is they need to wear that dumb face mask, and then they can just wear normal clothes and like, oh, I'm purging, you know. In this case, it can be like, oh, I'm a clown, I'm clowning, something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Like this guy that we have on the screen, or that we did have on the screen. He had a red shirt on that was a little ripped, but he put the execution in the face itself.
With his Goodwill shirt.
Yeah, exactly. He got a double XL, and then that's all you need. But
But
speaking of, huh?
I was just for my final verdict on the clowns, I'm gonna swipe left on them. I ain't loving these. I ain't showing much love to these clown costumes.
I'm gonna swipe right. And Grant, I mean Darren is looking up John Wayne Gacy clown. Oh God. Oh
Getting really into the Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah, I was gonna
American
say we
Horror
talked about
Story.
Dahmer.
yeah, that's true. Ooh, man, I can't believe that's a thing. Like that's crazy. Ugh.
But then you had like people dressing up as like clowns similar to it based off American Horror Story. So then they had the character related to it, I think. I don't know.
You know what? That's an interesting topic. Like people are going to like the movie Black Phone. That movie is about a guy who killed children. Um, it's is it socially acceptable to dress up as them because it's a movie? But I guess not because like not Jeffrey Dahmer or like like any of these other like serial killers, like the one we just looked up. Like I don't know. I understand the points that people are making, but oh my gosh, yeah, these clowns. But yeah, like Ethan Hawke's Black Phone. Well, there's probably going to be a good costume this year because the movie was really good, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah, it's a gray area, I feel like, because it's what they do in terms of parody and creative liberation, versus like Jeffrey Dahmer is like based off Jeffrey Dahmer. Like
Yeah.
there's no changing to it.
So it's
But
it's just a real life aspect.
yeah, I'd say
Mm,
so. Like the more that it's tied to reality, the more it might be unacceptable to like
yeah,
have as a costume. I guess
I
that's my
suppose.
my weird insight.
Yeah, for sure. But I I think I know where we're gonna land on this next one with if Darren you could look up this shirt is my costume. How do you feel about this like costume brand? Like you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like an orange shirt. It's any color really, but yeah.
Oh, that's lazy. That's you
It,
see, this is the equivalent to, and I was this guy, so I can't talk anything, but I this is when you have people wear the tuxedo shirts, like just the tuxedo t-shirts. When I was that kid in high school who wore them every now and then, I got out of that phase, thankfully. But I think there's even a photo of us in ninth grade. Yeah, looking like that son of a gun. Us all like at our ninth grade graduation, you, me, Ian, I can't remember who else, but I'm wearing one of those shirts. You and Noel are dressed up, I think. Um, yeah, those type of Halloween. Yeah, even that. Like, it's just kind of that at least. Like, if you wore that as a Halloween costume for Batman, that's kind of cool, I guess, because you're pulling in fiction. But like, are you gonna wear like one of these tuxedo shirts to a party and say like, "Oh yeah, I'm James Bond"? No.
that's pretty good actually. Oh my gosh, that the one that we have on the screen right now. This is my costume. Like he emphasized that.
Feel like you could like add different emphasis to each one of those words and like it would still kind of have the same meaning. This is my costume. This is my costume. This is my costume. This is my costume, you know?
Thank you for that English lesson.
Why are the two H's in this?
Wait, that
Come
is
on.
really weird. That's super weird.
My costume is in the laundry. Oh,
What? Oh my
this is
gosh.
quirky.
Yeah, this is my human costume. I'm really a weasel. Yeah, these are some interesting ones. Wow.
Exhausted
Oh my
pregnant
gosh, I didn't even think about it.
exhausted pregnant lady? Huh.
But imagine like the COVID year for people who like celebrated Halloween. They like look at that mask right there. This is my Halloween costume. You just have to put on the mask.
Wait, Darren, can you go back up to that mask one? I can't
I don't
see you.
see a mask one. Oh, this?
There.
Gotcha.
No, not. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Wait, can you explain that a bit more, Ian? With the
Yeah, no,
COVID?
imagine like during like the COVID year, like 2020, 2021, when you're not really going out to do full scale trick or treating. I bet people copped out and just put on their mask with this on it, and that's all they did.
I see what you mean. Okay. That makes more sense now.
Did
Yeah.
I cut out?
No, 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 no. I was just wrapping my head around it for this one.
Oh no, yeah, my bad.
You're good, you're good. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Again, this is another cop out. We're swiping left on this.
Yeah,
Screw these shirts.
the
If you
entire
wear
concept.
you wait, this is my human costume. I'm really a rat. Why did that kid
Mm.
want to be a rat?
honestly. Um, okay. Grant, the DC guy. How are you feeling about Harley Quinn costumes, Batman costumes, Joker? Like, is it all in the execution as well?
On the execution, because there are some good costumes, but if people don't put them like, I feel like Joker is not too hard. You just have to wear like mixed matched clothes to an extent, and just like the clown makeup or like a clown mask. I mean, like Joker's not too hard to pull off. Batman, that requires a little bit more effort. You got to actually have something that looks like what Batman would wear. Or at least have like the Batman mask. I mean, you could try to half-ass it and like just do like a black shirt and black jeans, I guess. Um, Harley Quinn though, I feel like you actually have to do that right though, because like that's a full costume. Like that's more iconic in terms of like what to wear. You can't really like half-ass Harley Quinn. And same for Robin too, I guess, because you have to wear really bright colors.
And
I don't
underwear.
know. Underwear. Exactly. Wear it on the outside.
Hmm. With Joker costumes, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can cop out with just buying that the shirt. Probably with the Batman costume as well. Like you just buy a shirt with their logo on it, or like with the Joker, you can buy like a purple shirt with like the vest.
Mm,
Yeah,
exactly. You don't even have to like try that art. Like you just gotta I- our friend Ben, he did a really great Joker before where he like actually put on like all the face makeup and everything. See, at least that, like, that's an actual. You see, some of these are costumes. People are actually like putting the effort in to go for like Heath Ledger, like
nice. Oh wow. Um, that's I like the Joaquin Phoenix ones for sure.
maybe I'll take back what I said. I feel it seems like with these Joker ones, like a lot of people are putting some more effort into
That's
them.
true.
Like they're actually at least like doing the face makeup to go for like all white, or putting on like people are buying suits for it. Maybe they got them
Yeah.
from Goodwill, but still. But that's a really good costume right there.
That's from the movie.
Oh,
My bad.
that was
I
from
really I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't think anyone is of Jared Leto's, and I'm not a big fan of these Jared Leto costumes either. Oh, well, that's Jared Leto. um, I think there was one up there, Darren. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Jared Leto Joker costume. What are you gonna be? Shirtless and you just like pale?
Hale.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Like, oh my god, that one's not too bad. I like the jacket, but still, like, you just gotta be mean mugging all night. Now, that guy didn't even dress up. They just it happened to be October 31st, and people were like, "Nice Jared Leto Joker costume."
He's like, I just went outside.
Yeah, exactly. Like he wears that on November 1st as well. Like it's not like it's just a Halloween thing. But yeah, these Joker ones are not too bad. I'm gonna swipe right on like any Joker except the Jared Leto Joker costumes, really.
I agree. These aren't doing it. These Jared Letos aren't doing it for me.
What
Um,
about Batman ones? Oh, yes.
you see, like if you want to do a good Batman costume, you gotta invest in the fake muscles for them.
What or you could be Lego Batman.
Like, right to your second to the right, Darren. It's not bad. Like honestly, like with the help, that's pretty cool.
I really like the Lego Batman ones for sure. Can we look up bad Batman costumes? Oh, you have it already.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
First one,
let's see.
Jesus.
See, like there's not a lot of bad ones because people who do it are executing.
They're putting in the effort.
They are putting in the effort. So looks like I'm swiping right on Batman costumes in general.
Oh, we got it. Wait. I want to look up some Robin costumes because I know Robin has to have some bad costumes.
That that's not too bad, but again, that probably is going to rip once that man sits down.
Yeah, and you have to go bald too.
That's a cheap ass vest.
Aaron, can you look up bad Robin costumes? There's one in particular I just know is it should still be on the internet.
So you've looked this up before?
I've seen a really bad Robin costume. Wait, any of these? Oh, it's that first one. That's it.
Oh man, Teen Titans, Robin from the like the cartoon.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He's out here. That you see Robin costumes I'm gonna swipe left on, but
You got to get the face mask right, and that just looks weird.
and we got any I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna show anything else. But
nice. Not too bad. I think with if we even look up Harley Quinn ones, like we're gonna harken back to the execution. You're gonna
exactly.
see a lot of the live action Harley Quinn now that that has gone really popular. But I see some sprinkled in like the animated and like comic book Harley Quinn. I don't know. What's your choice between the two? Would you prefer the movie one or the other one, the comic one?
I feel like I prefer
Nice.
this one. I mean, like the newer version of Harley Quinn, I feel like it's a lot easier for people to kind of like dress up as it. Maybe I don't know. Actually, some of those other, not that one, but some of the other costumes aren't as that bad. Like you can get some of these from Spirit Halloween. I feel like the hard part is just like dyeing the hair if people are gonna go all out with the newer one. Um, do you mean like which one do I like more, like in terms of Halloween costume, or like that's like cultural preference?
Yeah, I'm in Halloween costume.
Halloween costume. Yeah. I like them both to be quite honest. I'm not leaning too hard either way. This is the one where I'll swipe right to both.
So your daddy's little monster.
Uh, wait, what's that a reference to?
Isn't that what isn't that what her t-shirt says?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Daddy's little monster, man. Yeah, that movie was trash. But she was good as Harley Quinn. She's amazing. Yeah, I'll swipe right on both. Let's get into we'll like take it back again to how are we feeling about like to almost wrap up the show? How are we feeling about sexy insert here?
Sexy Jerry Seinfeld costumes.
Exactly. Like sexy pencil.
I mean, like some of those, like I feel like you just gotta add like a bra and like some like a thong on, and like you kind of got it together. I mean, like you don't like people are at it's like Scribble Knots. Have you ever played Scribble Knots as a kid? God damn, it really does exist.
Sexy pencil does exist. I love how her bag says no mistakes.
Oy
It's an
vey.
eraser.
Oh, that's very clever.
Hmm.
Um,
Um,
wow.
my point was just basically like people can add an adjective to most costumes, like when they already have the costume. Like you could have a regular pencil costume for Halloween, Why does it have to be sexy? Like you could also be like, what if it's a blue pencil as a costume?
There you go. That's a sweet one.
Yeah, yeah, just a pencil costume.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
it's the one time of the year though where people are not going to be too publicly shamed at all. To just show anything and be whatever they want. There can be a sexy nitro Grant.
That probably exists, and I would bet money it does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unf- I bet you can pull off a sexy nitro.
oh, I could easy, but
Let me see. I don't see any images that exist, and that's just because you have to be the first one.
well, that and because you're probably not on like private, you're not an incognito.
I looked up sexy nitro costume UCF, and I don't see anything popping up besides the main man.
Well, that's because he's already sexy as a costume. So
Oh, beautiful. You know what? You're completely right, Grant. Man, but any other costumes that you want to get to? Um, we
um,
were kind of jumping around the list.
let's see. Like I mean, like you could do like all of these. You can add sexy to most of them. Like sexy cowboy, sexy vampire, sexy Chucky. Maybe yeah, that one might be hard to pull on. Sexy angel. That's an like that's another common one. People do angel and devil like as a twin costume. You
Mm.
know. Um. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing as the. It really exists. Wow. I stand corrected. Huh.
We can probably, yeah, we can probably like say any word and it probably does exist. Like sexy Yoda definitely exists. I'm gonna look around the room. Sexy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sexy door. Type in doorknob, sexy doorknob. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, some of the execution, maybe they kind of have it right. Okay, wait, no,
Um,
these aren't doorknobs.
these are not doorknobs. Maybe doorknob means something else. Maybe I did not know doorknob meant something else in this community. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I'd be petrified if I walked into a room, like a dark room, and like my girlfriend was dressed up like this. Grant, imagine if you
Bet,
walk
bet,
into your room and someone's dressed up like that, and you're like, I live alone.
bet to come you will.
Yeah, no, that's I'm gonna use force. I'm gonna forcefully get them out of the room. Use the force. Man, wow.
Oy vey, those yeah. Sexy costumes. I guess I'm swiping right on it. Some of them they got the execution right on. Some of them they don't. So it's kind of in the middle in between. What we care about at the end of the day, folks, is the execution that you tried with your Halloween costume and that you didn't wear a freaking shirt that says this is my Halloween costume. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, don't be Grant circa 2013.
I'll have to pull that image up, man. That was dark days. Dark
So-
days.
yeah, at least you never owned a shirt that said this is my Halloween costume though, right?
No, but I did own a shirt that had Mr. Rogers and it said all good in the hood.
That is very comparable for sure. Did you ever have a shirt that said like this is my party shirt?
No. I think as a kid I had one of those like really cringy gaming shirts, like don't take my controller away. I'm busy gaming or like some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, those maybe I want to do I would totally do an episode on like cringy shirts.
I like that.
I think that
Is
would
that
be a good one.
because like there's a whole like topic. I'll get onto that when we get to that episode for it. But I like it. Like we'll save that one.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we have our new next episode.
That's my game.
Yeah, this is a little sneak peek of what I love it when my girlfriend lets me play video games.
I feel like some of those shirts, like you have to like wear if you lose like fantasy football. Like if your team loses, you have to like go to a bar and wear one of those shirts like unironically for the whole day. Like it has to be one of those fantasy football punishments.
Yeah, that's really good. But yeah, I guess we have our next episode already lined up. That's pretty fun if we do it. Any final thoughts?
Folks, if you're listening at home, be sure to check your Halloween candy. Make sure people didn't put any bad things in it, like podcasts in your Halloween candy. And oh, they putting a lot of random things in there today. But we hope you guys have a very fun Halloween. Those are my final thoughts. Ian, Darren, what would you like to share?
I wasn't prepared. Have a good night, y'all. Ian, go ahead.
That so beautiful. Every single time Darren speaks, it's like music to my ears. Yeah, happy Halloween. I hope that everyone gets all the candy in the world and that your sexy blank costumes kill it at the party.
Yeah. Good night, folks.
Bye.